Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to talk about the physioanatomy of the inner ear. This is the class number 2, and the class number 1. This is the class number 1. This one, and the class number 1 we have already discussed about the physioanatomy of the external ear and middle ear. But in the class number 2, this is the class number 2A, and the class number 2A I will discuss about this topic. In this topic, we discuss about the structure of the cochlea, the sounding hearing mechanism, sound transduction, and the as well as the anatomy of the cochlea. Okay, but in the class number 2, physioanatomy of inner ear, class number 2B, I will discuss about the balancing mechanism, about the vestibular apparatus. As you know that from the class number 1, this is the class number 1. As you know that this is the class number 1, and the class number 1, as we know that the ear consists of 3 parts: the external ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear. The inner ear consists of two parts. One is called the cochlea, the snail shell. This is the snail shell. This is called the cochlea. First of all, in this lecture, I will discuss about the anatomy of the cochlea only. This is the cochlea. Okay, this is the cochlea. I will discuss the anatomy of the cochlea, and then the physiology of the cochlea. Physiology of the cochlea is the cochlea is responsible for sounding perception, sounding transduction, hearing mechanism. Okay, so first of all, I will discuss about the anatomy of the cochlea. So in this class, I will discuss the cochlea, its anatomy, its physiology, and this is class number 2A. And the class number 2B, I will discuss about the vestibular apparatus. This one, this is the this part, and these three semicircular canal I will discuss in the class number 2B. Okay, so what is cochlea? What is cochlea? Sounding hearing mechanism, sound transduction. Okay, so first of all, the cochlea, the anatomy. Okay, anatomy of the cochlea. What is cochlea? Cochlea is the part of the inner ear. This is the part of the inner ear which is shaped like the snail shell. Cochlea is a Greek word. Cochlea is it is a very complicated topic, but very interesting topic. Okay, cochlea is a Greek word which means the snail. So cochlea, this is the cochlea. Cochlea is, here is a coming sounding of wind. Okay, wind is blowing now. This is very interesting weather today. Okay, so very nice sound of wind. Okay, so cochlea means snail. So cochlea is a snail shell like shape structure which is present in the inner ear, and this part is responsible for detection of sound, sounding transduction. Okay, so cochlea is present, as we know that from my previous class, that this is the middle ear. The middle ear have 6 walls. This is the anterior wall, this is the superior wall, there is the inferior wall, and back side is the posterior wall. This is the anterior wall, but this is the medial wall. Okay, the cochlea is present and attached with the medial wall of the inner ear. Okay, this one, look at this diagram. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 the posterior, and 6 the anterior. Okay, so this is the tympanic cavity. This is the middle ear cavity. Okay, so this is the eardrum. This is simply the structure of the middle ear from the previous class, the class number 1. Okay, so this is the middle ear cavity. This is the medial wall, superior wall, lateral wall, which is have the eardrum, ear canal, the ear vena, the inferior wall from previous class, and this shadow is the posterior wall, this wall, posterior wall, and there is a, this my hand is the anterior wall, but this is the medial wall. Okay, so the cochlea is present here. The cochlea is present and attached with the medial wall. Okay, the cochlea, this is the cochlea. The cochlea have two windows. First of all, I will discuss the anatomy of the window, of the structure, internal structure, ducts, and then the physiology. This is the rounding. This is the round window. Round window, or this is also called vestibular window. And here is another window in the cochlea, which is called the this is the oval window. Oval. This is the oval window, and another window is the round window. Round window. Okay, so the base of the steps, the foot plate. This is the steps. This is the steps. This base of the step is attached with a membrane. With the membrane. This is the red color, the membrane, which includes the oval window. Okay, so the steps is attached to this oval window. Okay, so this is the round window. This is the round window. This is the oval window. Okay, I will discuss the physiology, the function of this window and this window later. Okay, so this is all about the location of the cochlea. Okay, this is the sounding, hearing part of the inner ear. This is the cochlea. This is the round window. This is the oval window. This is the steps. Okay, and there is this one. There is the oval window. Okay, this is the round window. Round window, confusable topic. Round window, oval window. Okay, so this is from the previous class concept, but this is also the previous class. Okay, but now the basic structure. The basic structure for the basic structure. This is the cochlea. This is the cochlear anatomy, cochlea and vestibular apparatus, as you can see here. This is the closed structure. This is the closed structure of the cochlea and vestibular apparatus. This one, the snare shape, is the cochlea up to this point. Up to this point. Okay. But this three semicircular canal and this area are called the vestibular apparatus, that we will discuss in the next class. Okay, so this is the closed shape of the cochlea and vestibular apparatus. But when I cut, this is the round, this is the oval window, this is the round window. Okay, but when I cut the cochlea, by a blade, okay, and remove the upper covering, so the structure is like this. So this is the one piece, and this is the another piece. I remove another piece, and this is the posterior piece, anterior piece. This is the removable piece. Okay, I remove one piece. Okay, so this is the cochlea. The cochlea, this is called the cochlear tube or cochlear canal. Cochlear tube or cochlear canal and the vestibular apparatus all is consist of a bone. This is the black color. This is the bone part. This is the bone part. This is the bone channels. These are the bone channel. Okay, so this is the bony labyrinth. Okay, but this bone consists of pipes, mini coiled and interconnecting coil, which is called the cochlear duct. The cochlear duct. Okay, so look at this one diagram. The red color is this one. This one is the coil. This one is the coil. This is called the cochlear duct, and this is a closed coil like this. Suppose this is a coil. This coil is made from the membrane. This is a membrane closed coil which is present all over the bone labyrinth, all over the semicircular canal, all over the vestibular apparatus and the cochlea. Okay, so this is the bone labyrinth, but they are present canal. This canal is this one, the green color. This is the canal. Okay, this is the cochlear duct. This is the cochlear duct. Okay, this is the cochlear duct. Here, these cochlear ducts are connect with each other. These are this one, the red color. This is this one, and this is the bone labyrinth. This one is the bone. This is all the bone. The red color is the bone. The bone here, the bone covered the duct. Okay, but these all ducts, these all bony labyrinth, and these all membranous labyrinth. Membranous labyrinth communicate with each other by some special canal. Okay, and the bony labyrinth also communicate with each other. Okay, so this is all about the bony labyrinth, and here the membranous labyrinth, membranous tunnel is present, and the same its own position. Okay, there is present a utricle. This is the utricle. This is the this area is this is the utricle area. This is the saccus. This is semicircular canals that we will discuss in the next lecture. But our concentration is only for the cochlea. Okay, so this is the cochlea. This is all the bone, pinna, ear canal, eardrum, steps. Okay, so this is all about the cochlea. Okay, look at the cut section. Look at the cut section of the cochlea. This is the cochlea. This is the steps. This is the steps. This is the foot plate of steps. So when I cut the cochlea, okay, this, when I zoom this diagram, so this is the cut section. Okay, so one point to be noted, this is the membranous labyrinth. This one, this is the membranous labyrinth. Very difficult topic. This is the bone, in a simple way. This is the bone, but the bone is present but inside the bone there present canal. This is called the canal, the cochlear duct. This bony labyrinth is called cochlear tube, but this membranous labyrinth is called the cochlear duct. Then the cochlear duct, this is a closed structure which is covered by the membrane, and this is mainly further consists of three chamber. This is further consists of three chamber. Okay, so chamber number 1, chamber number 2, chamber number 3. Okay, so this is the cut section of the cochlear duct, chamber number 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is consists of three chamber. Okay, so what are these chamber? These chamber are these. Okay, chamber number 1, 2, 3, 3 chamber, but more clearly is this one. So this is the cochlear tube. This is the bone. The black color is the bone, blacker. So this is the turn. This turn, this is the turn. This one and this one is that turn. Okay, this turn is coming here, and this is coming. So this is one turn. This is from this, and this is another turn. This is from this point. Okay, one turn, two turn, and there is a, I make some problem here only for the highlighting. This is another turn. Okay, one turn, two turn, and three turn. Okay, so the cochlea is present mainly in the three turn. Okay, so more clearly, this is a more clear diagram. This is a very more clear diagram than that one. This is the cochlear cut section. This one is the yellow color. is the bone. This is the bone. The yellow color is the bone. Then there are present three chamber. Chamber number 1, 2, 3. Okay. These three chambers are formed with the help of two membrane. With the help of two membrane, which is called, this is called the vestibular membrane. This is called vestibular membrane, and this membrane is called vestibular membrane, and this membrane is called the, this is your vestibular membrane, and this one is the, sorry, this is the vestibular membrane, and this is the, where is my mind go, this is vestibular membrane, and this is the basilar membrane. Basilar membrane. Okay, so this membrane start from this point and end at this point, and this start from this point and end at this point, so it produce one chamber, two chamber, three chamber. Okay, the uppermost chamber the uppermost chamber is called scala vestibuli. Scala vestibuli, because this chamber is the starting point of this chamber is enclosed by the stapes, by the vestibular, by the, this one here is there, this is the, this chamber is start from there. Okay, three chamber. So the starting point of this chamber scala vestibuli, the starting point of this chamber is enclosed by this steps, by this this point. Okay, but this is the scala vestibuli. This is the scala tympani. The scala tympani is the lowest bone. The scala tympani is the lowest bone. The scala tympani is coming here to the to this window, and the scala tympani, scala vestibuli is coming to this position. Okay, scala tympani coming at this position when I cut this area, and the scala vestibuli at this position. But sorry, I'm so sorry, very difficult topic. Okay, I am clear. Okay, so this is covered by the steps. This is covered by the this window, the oval window. Okay, the round window. This is the oval window. Okay, and the scala, most important chamber is the scala media. The most important chamber, which consists of the sounding, the receptor for the sounding is the, this is the scala media. Okay, this chamber and this chamber is a fluid pale chamber. So the fluid and this chamber is called, this chamber and this chamber is called Fiery lymph, while the fluid and this chamber is called endolymph. Okay, so the receptor organ, which is called organ of corti, this organ of corti is present in the scala media, and the, so these three one is called the cochlear duct. But in some cases, especially this chamber scala media, which is present above the basilar membrane and below the vestibular membrane. Okay, this is called the especially the vestibular, the cochlear duct. Okay, so there the receptor for the sounding is present, which is called organ of corti. Organ of corti is a complex structure which consists of many supporting cell, outer hair cell, inner hair cell. This is the tectorial membrane. I will discuss its function in a later view. Okay, so this one, when I remove scala vestibuli by cut this area, this area and remove the upper part, so that the structure is like this one. So the tectorial membrane. What is tectorial membrane? Tectorial membrane, this is the cut section of the cochlea with 3 chambers. This is the cut section of the cochlear canal by removing the scala vestibuli, the uppermost chamber. Okay. The tectorial membrane is a gelatinous membrane which cover the scala media all over the length. Okay. What is the function? I will discuss later. Okay. So this is the scala media. So the scala media, beneath the scala media, there are present a mini cell about 12 different types of cell, but the here I only concentrate the hair cell, the outer hair cell and the inner hair cell, because my purpose is to explain what is to explain the mechanism of sound transduction. Okay, so outer hair cell and inner hair cell are the cell for the sounding mechanism. Okay. So these are the receptor cell which is present in the organ of corti. Okay. So this all structure is called organ of corti. Okay. This is the cut section. Okay. So this is the anatomy of the review. Bone consists of chamber, consists of canal. This canal is further divided into 3 chamber. Okay. The medial chamber is consists organ of corti, but this is the scala vestibuli. This is scala tympani because it is open in the secondary tympanic membrane. Okay. So this is the cut section. Okay. And this one. So these are all about the anatomy of the cochlea, anatomy of the deer bony labyrinth, and anatomy of the membranous labyrinth. This one, this yellow color is the bone part, and these are the membranous part with 3 chamber and tectorial membrane. Okay. So this is the cochlear nerve. So what is the physiology? What is the physiology? What is the physiology of the cochlea? Okay. Here I will divide the physiology of the cochlea in 2 stages. One is the simple stage or phase, complex. First of all, I will discuss the mechanism of production of the sounding signal, mechanism of travel of the sounding from outside environment to the inner ear by a simple way, and then by I will discuss about the sounding transduction, sounding travel by a very complex way. So first of all, we go for the simplest way. Okay. So for the simplest way is, we know that this is the ear pinna. The ear pinna collect the sound wave. Okay. The sound wave reach to the eardrum. The sound wave reach to the eardrum through the ear canal and vibrate this eardrum. So the eardrum vibrate back and forth. So there the middle ear bone occipital, auditory occipital, malleus, ankle, steps also vibrate. How they vibrate? What is the mechanism of vibration? I will discuss this in a very big detail in the previous page. Okay. So this bone vibrate, and when this bone vibrate, then the steps also vibrate back and forth. Okay. So when the steps vibrate back and forth, here this is the cochlea, this is the bony structure, and inside the bone they represent the membrane structure. Okay. So there are present this is the bony part. This is the membranous labyrinth. Okay. There is the steps. So there the steps go back and forth. When the steps go back and forth, this is attached here. This is attached here. Okay. So this area is attached here. When the steps go back and forth, There the perilimb, this is the middle part where organ of corti is present. Okay, this is the vestibular, this is the upper chamber, scala vestibuli, scala tympani, scala media. Okay, so there the fluid is also move in the back and the forward direction due to the steps motion. Okay, when the step vibrate and back and forward, here the fluid and the membranous labyrinth also vibrate back and forth. Okay, how it vibrate? So there the vibration, look at this one diagram very more easily. I make this lecture by very hard working. Here the steps is vibrate back and forth. So there the vibration of the step is the vibration of the step is translate into fluid. So there this is the scala vestibuli, this is the scala media, this is the scala tympani, this is the one turn. Okay, this is the bone. So this is the membranous labyrinth. Okay, this is the vestibular membrane, this is the basilar membrane, this is the scala media. Okay, so the fluid, and this is the perilimb, this is the perilimb fluid, this is the perilimb fluid. Here the perilimb fluid is also vibrate back and forth. Okay, for some instant. Okay, so when there the fluid vibrate here, then there the fluid is coming for vibration. There the fluid is coming, the fluid is vibrate. Okay, the fluid is vibrate here back and forth due to the steps vibration. So this membrane, the fluid, the vibration is go downward, as we know that. So when vibration is go downward, there is the tectorial membrane. This is the tectorial membrane. So the tectorial membrane, when pressed downward, there are present the hair cell. So the hair cell, this is the there are present hair cell. When the tectorial membrane press the hair cell, then their action potential is produced, and then this action potential is go to the brain and to the cerebral cortex, and this the sounding transduction occur. Okay, this is the, suppose this is the this my hand is the hair cell, inner hair cell or outer hair cell. Okay, suppose this is the inner hair cell. The hair cell consists of cilia. This is called cynocelia, and this is called, these are small cilia. About every cilia have about 200 of the cilia. The largest cilia is called cynocelia. Suppose the pencil is this is the cynocelia, and this one is the stereocelia. Okay, this is the stereo. Okay, so these are the cilia. Okay, this is the cell, this is this one cell. Okay, this one cell. Okay, so the cell are present, the inner hair cell are responsible especially for the production of action potential of the sounding impulse. Okay, this is the hair cell number 1, this is the hair cell number 2. Okay, this is the hair cell number 2. This hair cell, these hair cells are present in this pattern. This is not present in this pattern like this one, but this is present in this pattern. Okay, so when the fluid touch this membrane, then this membrane touch this membrane and stimulate this area. Here, when the stereocelia is pressed by the membrane, by the tectorial membrane, then this membrane, when these cilia are pressed by the membrane, these cilia bent. These cilia are of the cilia bent. Okay, when these cilia bent, then there are present, this is the membrane, this is the cilia membrane, as we know that there the cilia membrane of this cilia have, this is the cilia membrane. So there are present voltage regulated calcium voltage regulated potassium and sodium channel. Okay, so when this membrane press the kynocelia, these stereocelia bend toward the kynocelia, and there are present channel, specific channel. So there the channel is activated and the potassium go annual. The potassium will go annual. So this is the hair cell number 1. This is hair cell number 2. When the potassium go annual, there are present vesicle. These vesicles are filled with the glutamate. These are the glutamate or glutamic acid. Okay. So when the potassium go annual, the vesicle is fused with this membrane and glutamate is released. When the glutamate is released, this is the neuron ending. This is the dendrite. This is the axon. Okay, this is the dendrite ending. So when glutamate is released, glutamate is attached here at a specific receptor and produce action potential, and then this action potential, this is called the sounding impulse, and the sounding impulse go to the cerebral cortex, and there we percept, we detect, we hear the sound. Okay, so this is all about the shortcut phenomena for the sounding transduction. Okay. Steps: vibrate, this fluid vibrate, this membrane vibrate and stimulate here the hair cell. Okay, so this is the phenomena of the this is the simple phenomena. Okay, so okay, the sounding transduction. What is mean by sounding transduction? This is stage number 2. Here I will discuss the physiology of the sounding transduction, mechanism of hearing. Okay, in a big detail, in a modern way. Okay, so what is sounding transduction? Sounding transduction is the phenomena by which the sound wave in the palm of vibration is converted into signals, into the auditory signal. This is simply the sounding transduction. Okay, so the complex mechanism is there. What is the role played by the ear vena, auditory canal, the eardrum, occipital steps, and the hearing of sound. Okay, so as we know that from the previous class discussion that the external ear collects sound wave in the palm of airborne vibration. Airborne vibration. This is the external ear. But the middle, when the sound wave strike the eardrum, the eardrum vibrate back and forth from the external class of concept, from the previous class concept. They vibrate back and forth because they present in a concave shape. Okay, when the strict sound. Okay, so there the sound wave in the palm of airborne, in the palm of air, the wave of the air is converted into the solid vibrational pattern. The sounding move in the palm of wave, which is in vibration, solid in the palm of because here the bone is solid, here this bone is all solid. Okay, so airborne vibration converted into the solid borne vibration. Okay, the middle ear convert the airborne vibration into solid borne vibration, and the cochlea there convert the solid borne vibration into the fluid borne vibration, because there the fluid perilimb vibrate back and forth. Okay, vibrate back and forth. Okay, so what is the auricle collect sound? The auricle collect sound, the here the sound pass here the eardrum. What is the rule of the main rule? The main rule of the eardrum. What is the purpose of this structure, of this long process and this long broad head? What is the purpose of this broad surface, this broad head, long process, then process, then the head? What is the purpose of this small area? What is the purpose of this large area? Okay, So this is the very most basic concept. This is the very surprisable nature. Okay, so here the surface area is large, here the surface area is small, here this one is the very large, then this one. Okay, so what is the advantage of this structure? As we know that when steps there is the when step strike this area, this is the free length. When this area is struck by the steps, then their vibration is produced in the fluid. Okay, so the solid button vibration is converted into the fluid button vibration. This is the cochlea. Okay, this is the membranous labyrinth. But there the fluid is just viscous like. So there the sounding is sharp. There the sound is something different. There the frequency of the sound different. There the frequency of the sound different because there the fluid oppose the transfer of the sound. Okay, so in order to remain this sound in a proper way and to remain in its own original form, there present nature produce this structure. Okay, there the fluid decrease the frequency of the sound, but there this structure again bring this decreased frequency back to its normal frequency. Okay, so this process is called the impedance matching. This is called the impedance matching. What is mean by impedance? Impedance matching. What do you mean by impedance? Impedance is the opposition. Is in general view. Impedance is defined in the physics is that impedance is the opposition of some material to the flow of current. But here we defined impedance is that the opposition of the fluid and the free length. The opposition of the fluid, the opposition of the free length to the flow of the sounding vibration. Okay, so there in order to match the impedance with the original frequency of the sound, this structure perform its own very important function. So this phenomenon is called impedance matching. Okay, as we know that the large surface area for the eardrum have its own importance. So the large surface receive more sounding wave. Okay, so when it receive more sounding wave, so the when sounding struck here, the eardrum go in the inner direction. So there the bone is this is the malleus bone. This is the lung process of the malleus. This is the neck. This is the head. So the lung process is also go in the inner direction, in the medial direction. Okay, in the inner direction. Okay, so what is the advantage of large surface of eardrum is that it receive more sounding wave. But the advantage of this lung process is that this is the lever system. Suppose this is the there is a mass. There is a mass which is tied with the bar. This is the wood. Suppose this is the wood. This is the supporting wedge. Okay, when I lift this mass, we apply pressure downward. So we apply more pressure, more effect. But in order, when we increase the length of this rod, then we apply least effect and so on. Okay, so there we apply very least effect. Okay, so there large surface area receive mini sounding wave. So there the large process, then the with the help of large process, then this mass this mass is moved in the backward and the outward direction, in an easy way because of long process. So this is the head of the mills. The head of the mills have large mass, have large size, have large weight, more weight than this process of the anchors. So this is least mass, this is the major mass. So the major mass attracts the major mass attract the least mass with its own direction. Okay, so when this part move, the membrane move inward, this part is also move inward, this part is move outward, this part is attached the head, this is the head of the anchors, is also move outward, so this part is move inward. So it produce larger, long process produce larger effect, large mass produce large effect, less mass produce larger effect. So it strike the anchors, so it strike the staples. When the staples is strict here, when the staples is strict here, there the this there the perilimb is there in the perilimb vibration is produced. Okay, so when in the perilimb vibration is produced, this suppose here the sounding pitch is about the about the piohertz, about the piohertz sounding is there. So this sound is when it reach to at this level, so the sounding is piled due to the impedance to 3 hertz. But in order to maintain the sound in piohertz, these phenomena occur: large surface area, large process, small size. Okay, the purpose of this small surface area of the head of the steps, this is the foot plate, because there the surface area is large, there the surface area is large, so and there the surface area is small. When the surface area becomes small, the pressure is increased. This one make me injure less, but this make me injure more, and needle make me injure very more because of less surface area. Okay, so there the surface area is less, so more pressure is take place. Okay, so pio remain by pio due to this phenomena, otherwise pio remain by 2. So this is called the matching impedance. Okay, this is the rule of the bone and eardrum. Okay, with the transduction of the sound. Force exerted by the foot plate foot plate of steps. You students can follow the symbolingum. This is the symbolingum. I will take some of the concept from the symbolingum and some from this book is the atlas. Okay, so these are the very most important and very most easy books. Okay, so here the force exerted by the foot plate of the steps on the cochlear fluid is about 17 to 22 times greater than the force exerted by the sounding wave at the tympanic membrane, because there the surface area is large, so there the pressure low, here the surface area is small, there the pressure is large. Okay, so this is all about the impedance matching. Okay, another most important point in a big detail is that here is another page, this one. When the sounding wave reach here, tectorial membrane pressed and there the cilia pressed and stimulated. So okay, when this cilia pressed, so they bend, then there present a channel, a specific channel which is called the ligand gated channel. So this channel is stimulated and potassium go outward, because this channel is these are the pressure channel. The pressure channel, because of the pressure of the tectorial membrane. Okay, the potassium go inward. There, this is the cell. The cell undergo depolarization. Here the cell undergo depolarization. So when the cell undergo depolarization, then the cell undergo depolarization. So the cell undergo depolarization about. So leave it. The cell undergo depolarization. So it produce a local potential. Local potential. What is mean by local potential? Local potential is the potential is non-propagated potential, but here it is confined to this cell. But the action potential is a propagated potential. So there is produced local potential. When the local potential is produced, the only purpose of the local potential is to secrete, is to release here the glutamate. When the glutamate is released here, then this glutamate is attached here and there open. This is the neuron ending. Neuron ending have voltage gated sodium channel. Sodium, many of the sodium go inward, and action potential is produced, and that action potential is called sounding impulse. So we hear the sounding. Okay, so this is the sound. This is called sounding transduction, because here the pressure from the wave, the pressure from the membrane, the pressure from the auditory occipital malleus ankle stapes, the pressure from the fluid is converted into the impulse. Okay, so this is all about the physiology of the sounding transduction. Okay, another very most important is the resonance point. What is the mean by the resonance point? The resonance point What is mean by a resonance point? Resonance point is the part of the basilar membrane. What is it? Resonance point is the part of the basilar membrane which is activated by the traveling wave. Okay, as we know that this is the basilar membrane. Okay, suppose this one. When the sounding is moved from the starting point, from the base, from the point of the steps, then this sounding, the frequency, then here the steps. From here, this is, suppose this is the basilar membrane. When perilimp, this is the